Hey guys, Marshall from Going Gear SHOT Show 2016 in Las Vegas. Here with Rick Case, owner of Nite Ize. How's it going?
Fantastic, Marshall. Thanks for coming back again. We're excited to show you what's new this year.
Absolutely. We were just talking about before we started filming that we had already uploaded some videos, and a lot of the comments were, when are you going to Nite Ize?
Nice.
So
like
you guys have a following, so let's take a look at some new products.
Perfect. Well, we're excited. 27 years in business this next month, so we're just getting warmed up. We've got a lot of new products to come. As you know, we introduce products twice a year, Marshall. So we do product launches in August and then also in January every year. So we're going to show you some items that came out in August that are really brand new, as well as items we just launched here. So I want to start up toward the top on this display. This is a lot of our new items. I want to talk about a new product called the Financial Tool. So the Financial Tool is a multi-tool wallet. This is a really cool product for everyday carry. If you don't like to have a big bulky wallet in your pocket, this is a 420 stainless steel section that is a multi-tool. So in essence, we have a Phillips head, we have a flathead screwdriver, we have a ruler that's an imperial or metric. You'll see 3 wrenches inside here. There's a bottle opener and there's a scraper. This little section in the middle we call the cash wrap. And this is a section that allows you to conveniently organize all your cash and your credit cards. So this stretchy strap is essentially recessed in the steel. So as you put it in your pocket, it's nice and low profile and doesn't move the strap. But you can either use the top of it or the bottom of it. But it's just a great way to carry the minimalistic items you need, from some cash, some credit cards, and of course maybe a couple of Nite Ize items like the quick stand that I showed you years ago. So we're excited about that one. That's going to be available in black and stainless.
Is there a capacity limit on it?
You know, I've had this thing stacked pretty full, and this strap stretches quite a lot. So we feel comfortable that you'll be able to get enough in there relative to what you need. So, all right. And up at the top, I know, Marshall, I've showed you a lot of our universal rugged mobile phone cases in the past. Well, as the devices have grown in size, we've continued to sort of expand the size of our cases. So this is our new clip case sideways double XL case, and this case is still big enough that it's going to allow you to be able to support the largest phones out there, but also with all the form-fit cases. So if you're going to put a life-proof case in there or a Defender case, some of the bigger cases, our new holsters are now sized to be able to accommodate those, and we also, remember, have all the rugged clips that allow you to keep them attached and have that confident method of carry. So we've done those in some various sideways styles in terms of black and mossy oak, and then also some different orientations where we're using our rotating clip, and then again, cases that are large enough to allow you to carry multiple items inside.
How big are you guys going to have to go? There's got to be a point where we stop making bigger phones, right?
Well, we laughed when we named this one the double wide. So we had the wide load and went to the double wide. So it is amazing. But I mean, the phones are so big now with a case on them, you can hardly fit them in your pocket.
Absolutely.
So surprisingly, I mean, the cases have been more and more in demand. So we've continued to give people a way that can carry them around. So I don't know how big they're going to get. I think we're about done.
iPads.
I know. That's funny. They make the note, right?
Yeah.
So that's good. And then this is a new one that we brought out called the Hardshell case. And this has a rugged, sort of harder front to it that actually expands by these 3 sections of elastic. And this is a nice case for a little bit more protection as well, and then the same fixed position clip. So that's called the clip case Hardshell Double XL. And then as we get down into just when you thought we had enough S-beaners.
Never.
We never think you can have enough, right? So this is a new size that we brought out. This is the size number 3. And this size is, obviously, we always did the slide lock in the size 2 and 4. And as we looked at the data, and we had a lot of people asking us if we would do the size 3, it's just kind of the perfect size. So same thing here, we have the gates that independently lock using these slide lock pieces. So these little components independently lock each gate. So we've done this in the size number 3, and then we've also added our Carabiner slide lock, which is our single-gated stainless steel Carabiner with an individual locking mechanism here on the gate. So you're going to see multiple packs now. So for convenience, you can buy 2, 3, 4 sizes. So this is a nice way to be able to have all the sizes, as well as in the S-beaner sizes, and of course in black and stainless. So just when you didn't think you could have enough, we're going to continue to expand that line as well. But the slide lock mechanism has been a big success. People seem to appreciate that capability of making sure those gates stay locked.
Still don't climb with them, right?
No, they're not for that. They're to hook all your gear on. So I think you may remember years ago we showed you the micro-lock S-beaners. Those were all in stainless steel. We've gone ahead and made these out of translucent plastic as well. So this polycarbonate material is interesting in that they're lightweight, but because of the color, you can sort of add these to various zippers. You can add them to be able to carry and attach different lanyards to them. But as you know, these are excellent for carrying keys. So you can fit up to 2 steel keys on one of these. Okay. So we've gone ahead and used this as part of our key retainer system. So you'll see items like the key rack locker, where we've added 6 of these now, but they're also, you can color code your keys by color and then go ahead and hold multiple keys. So our key accessories continue to be expanded just based upon some of the usefulness of these easier methods of attachment for keys instead of things like split rings. So this one is, I think, just a little bit fun. We call this the Bigfoot. As you can see, the shape of the foot on here, we hold 5 of our stainless steel micro locks, and then we added a slide lock to the carabiner portion of the key rack. So that's a new addition. And with the success we had of the Infinikey, that's our keychain that essentially allows you to not have to use split rings. So if you look at the way this works, when you load a key onto the carabiner, this center section expands, the keys come down into the ring, and it's an excellent way to be able to organize your keys, but quickly be able to take them on and off of there and then have the use of the carabiner when you're in between.
You know, something I want to go back to on this is the individual holes.
Yes.
That makes a big difference. It helps keep things kind of organized and in their place, and especially when you're putting flashlights and little knives and any kind of things on this, it helps keep them separated.
You know, that was another thought we had, and we had some feedback on that. So I think as sort of interesting it is to the look, there's some utility there relative to those individual holes. So yeah, thanks for bringing that up, Marshall.
I'm really bad about covering the product with the mic.
I understand. So some other ones we wanted to talk about. We had a lot of requests for key accessories that would still use the carabiners with webbing pieces for split rings. So we went ahead and took our slide lock carabiner on our new number 3 size and just added a convenient way to still utilize split rings, even if people want to use our micro locks and the plastic ones or the steel ones, but to quickly connect here and have a little bit more room to be able to clip it on a belt loop, for example, and keep your keys in your pocket. So we've done that in stainless and black also. And then you remember all the Doohickeys we brought out, a lot of our key tools. Mm-hmm. That line continues to do well, and we just expanded the Doohickey line into a new item we call the clip key. And this is a stainless steel part that essentially has a serrated edge as a nice point of differentiation. There's a carabiner clip on it, but we still have a flathead to use it as a screwdriver, and then of course it's a bottle opener. But this is a nice way to be able to still be able to travel with these and cut things like zip ties or open up clamshell packages, or use it as a bottle opener, of course, or a flathead screwdriver. So, so we're excited about that as an addition. And I want to talk a little bit about some new pet products that we brought out. So as you know, we make a lot of LED collars and leashes, and we've updated some of those. This is a new product called the Nite Owl, and the Nite Owl is an LED safety necklace essentially for your pets. So by pushing this button, this entire piece of polymer illuminates, and essentially these are interesting in that you can cut this polymer to size it to your neck of your pet, and then essentially these will glow and flash, but you can change the batteries as well, but we made them in several colors. So if you want to light them up into various colors, blue, green, red, you have the ability to go ahead and once you put them on your pet, it's cool if you have multiple pets to be able to see which one's going where and to keep up with them. So these have done well, and I think this is a nice addition if you want to have an excellent way to be able to light up your pet from sort of any angle. So 360 degrees of visibility here. So those are nice. And then there's another new product we brought out called the Glow Streak. So the Glow Streak, this is a new LED pet ball that we created, and this is the first ever ball that's been made that's motion activated. And what's interesting about these is that to turn it on, all you need to do is actually bounce it with about 1 meter of force. So the way it turns off is as it sits idle for 5 minutes, it will start to flash, and then 5 minutes of flashing, it goes off. So what's cool about the ball is that the batteries are also replaceable. There's a slot in the ball right here, and you can unscrew this whole core, and that's where the new module we created in. But it takes 2 2032 batteries, so this will last 35 hours, and then you can replace the batteries. But this core is actually threaded into the center of the ball, so it traps enough air that the ball will float. but it's completely waterproof. It's the size of a tennis ball, so it'll still fit in all those different launchers that are out there. And one of the subtle features of the ball that I like is, instead of it being completely smooth and round, we've put these radiuses in the shape of each hemisphere of the ball, and this allows smaller dogs or pets to be able to still grab a hold of it. So we're pretty excited about this, and if you haven't experienced one of these light up balls before, check these out. We make the little Spotlit, which is the Carabiner collar clip, and it's really fun to clip this to your pet's collar, throw the ball out, and then watch these two lights to come together and come back. It's quite the visual in the dark. So
nice little light show.
Very fun. So that's called the glow streak.
So is it 5 minutes of no movement or 5 minutes of no impact?
So 5 minutes of no movement, it'll start flashing. 5 minutes of flashing, then it'll turn off. So you actually have 10 minutes before it'll shut off.
Okay.
So you want to make sure there's plenty of time, right? But at the same time, make it easy enough to turn it on and off.
Right.
So, all right, thanks. We brought out a new product called the Doohickey Pet Tool, and as part of our Doohickey line, we created a pet tool that we think is interesting in it. There's a burr comb down here, there's a tick remover, on the back of this part you'll see a file, so you can use it to file the nails of the dog, and then you also have a bottle opener, and we integrated our Carabiner slide lock piece. So again, our intention here is to be able to have you attach this to maybe to the leash or a treat bag, or to be able to keep up with it. But that's a fun little accessory for the pets. And regarding our collars, we've made a really nice upgrade to all of our night dog collars. This, we've created a new switch box to hold the electronics that's nice and weather resistant. You can push this again, it'll glow, it'll flash. But our old ones, you had to actually take the polymer out and cut the polymer to size. These have sort of infinite adjustment through 3 different sizes, and you no longer have to do that. So I think we have these brighter, more durable, so I think this is a nice upgrade to this product line called the Night Dog.
Line going across it?
Yes, same reflective line we've had before for passive visibility, and then as well as the active visibility in terms of the entire collar lighting up. So we're going to have those in the webbing in orange and then in red. So that's a nice piece. And then I'd like to talk about, this is a new product called the Moonlit. We've created a little micro lantern. I think maybe many of you are familiar with our Spotlit. We use those for the collar lights, and also as just maybe on your keys. So this light's a little bit different. This light, when you push the button from the back, this retainer actually rotates. So this is interesting to make a nice little lantern light. And what I like about this little light is that we've expanded the battery compartment to take two 2032 batteries. So this is pretty interesting. You can take this clip and actually attach it to zippers or just put it onto clothing, and this creates a nice little area light when you're moving around. It's just bright enough to be able to see what you're doing if you want to read or if you want to hang it in a tent. And then you can also change the orientation of the light, whether you want to point it up or down, and that's a nice addition. We're also going to do that in red. So if you have an environment where you want to preserve your night vision, you can use the same option but in red light.
I keep on thinking that you guys are not going to figure out new ways to combine your products, but every show, more and more.
Well, we're continuing to try. Thanks for that, Marshall. Got to keep it exciting. So you remember our gear ties, all of our reusable rubber twist ties?
Absolutely.
We have, we've brought out a new gear tie that we call the gear tie cordable. And this is a gear tie that has a subtle change in it, but for many of you that have used our 3-inch and 6-inch gear ties for wrapping up USB cords,
sure.
We found the more we use them, for the people that are organized, that once they've taken the cord, unraveled it, unless they keep the gear tie twisted on it, sometimes they can't find them again when they want to use them. So what we did is we put a loop at the end of the gear tie that actually stretches. So that stretch loop will go over the end of a USB cord.
Okay.
And then the gear tie actually lives on the cord. So you have the convenience that every time you go to wrap up the cord and travel with it, that you're going to have it and be able to bundle it up. And what I also like about these is that we've color-coded them all, so it's a great way in the family to identify specific cords that are yours, or just to be able to organize various cords. So we're going to do them in a pack of 4 and 3-inch lengths, or we'll have packs of 2 and 6-inch lengths, or also a pack of 4.
I hear you guys won an award for this.
We did. We actually, just a couple of weeks ago when we were here at CES, we won Best of CES for the new gear tie.
So not a laptop, not a cell phone.
Yes, gear ties, right. No batteries.
That's awesome.
We're very excited about that, so thanks for that. But let's see. We introduced some new flashlights under the Nite Ize brand that we're excited to talk about. A new flashlight called the 3-in-1. So I'll just pull one of the red ones down. This is a new light that is a machined aluminum light. It's powered by one AA battery. And this light has multiple functions that I think are very interesting in terms of utility. So this is an 80 lumen light with one AA battery. There's 2 modes, high and low. You can turn it down. And the next mode that I think is very interesting is that you can pull the head of this light and turn it into a lantern. Now the bottom of the light is flat, so on a flat surface you can stand it up, but it also has a couple retainer points at the back so you can hang it. So you can use various S-beamers and things to make it as a nice lantern, or just stand it on its head. The back portion has another light inside that's operated by this second switch, and this is just a nice red glowing light. So if you want to have a way to preserve your night vision, and in the pitch dark you don't need a lot of light.
Right.
So this is just enough light to be able to see what you're doing, but you can also hit it again and make it flash. And then it does have an SOS mode to it. So we're going to make this light in 4 different colors. And the MSRP on this light's $11.99, so it's an interesting price point as a nice everyday flashlight.
Single AA on this one?
It is, one AA that's included with the package.
Great.
And then we've made that same 3-in-1 in a larger light, and this is a 3 AA battery powered light that comes with the batteries. Again, another machined aluminum light. And this light is, again, a similar format, just a little bit different in size, but you have the 250 lumen light here. You have another mode to bring it to low, and then same thing, you have the ability to pull the head of the light and then turn it into a lantern. And again, you can hang it or you can stand it up, and then most importantly, you can turn it down, right? So we like that feature as a quick lantern, and then the same feature in the back, controlled by the other switch, where you can have it glow or flash, and the same in SOS. So this will be in that $16.99 range. But Marshall, feel the weight of this.
It's really lightweight.
So 3 AA batteries. So that's what we like about it. So the cost of operating the light's very inexpensive, but yet it's a nice everyday light to have at the house to take it out, whether you're walking the dog or taking it camping with you. It's a nice light there. So as part of the family of 3-in-1s, we have another product that's called the Flash Stick. And this is a flashlight, lantern, and glow stick combination. So we're making this in a couple different body colors, actually 4. We have it in blue, we have it in red, we have it in green, and each time you can match the body color to the color of the LED of the cone. So you'll find this to be blue, the green one is green. You just hit this bottom switch here, so it's red. So that'll glow, it'll flash, or it'll do SOS. And then here you can pull the head of the light again and turn it into a lantern, or use it as a 60 lumen handheld flashlight, and again you can turn it to low. So I think this is another fun way to do it. The same MSRP that we just talked about on the smaller one is here. So those should be good additions. And taking a little bit of a segue, a lot of you are familiar with a lot of our visibility items for cycling. So this is a new product called the Griplet. Do you remember, Marshall, our spokelets, the items that went on your spokes that gave you good side visibility?
Sure.
And that's super effective in terms of keeping people safe. We created a new product called the Griplet, and the Griplet, this is an LED light that actually goes over your grips. So this rubber portion expands to go over it. And what's cool about it is if you think about your grips, they're so visible from 180 degrees. So if you're coming up from behind the bike, you can see it as well as from forward, and then all from the side.
Sure.
So we're pretty excited about these. So these are going to be in LED red, and then you can push the button again and make them flash. So you could actually use them as an indicator if you push them again. And then of course we have this disco function that's sort of fun and then allows you to be seen. And then as you press this twice, it'll blink red.
Okay.
So you can use an indicator. So we're excited about that as an addition. And yes, so this is a new product we also brought out called the, it's a little LED mini glow stick. This is an excellent alternative to chemical light sticks. What we like about this is you don't have to throw them away.
Right.
You can turn them on and off as you want, and then you can replace the batteries. So we really like the idea that these are not not disposable. So let's grab one here that hasn't been used off the shelf. So essentially rotate these to the right, and you'll see that this will glow, and then essentially you back them off. There's an O-ring inside, and this O-ring allows the whole thing to be watertight. Okay. So these will float, as well as
can you use it for storage?
They're waterproof.
Can you put anything inside there? Could you use it for storage?
I guess you could. I guess you could. Certainly would affect the buoyancy, but you could do that. That's it. And then there's a small screw in the back where you just loosen that up to be able to access the battery compartment. And then we have included an S-beaner on each one. And we like this, of course, just because you can attach it to clothing, as I showed you on the Moonlit a minute ago, and then just wherever you want to keep up with them. So we're going to do these in green. We're going to do them in red. You'll see them in blue as well as white. So these are MSRP at $299. So
I mean, a glow stick is $2 anyway.
This is really what we were going for, is something that would allow you to have similar performance relative to that, but not having to be disposable. Runtime is 60 hours, and we're referring the runtime to how most glow sticks operate in that 8-hour range. So essentially, you'll see the brightness over time curve. They're bright for a while, and then they start to settle in, and then they'll settle in for a long time. So I think everybody would be pleased with the performance of these relative to chemical light sticks. So you'll see those out there. So Marshall, a new product we just brought out is called the Better Band. And the Better Band is essentially an adjustable stretch band that we created that allows you to do something that you can't do with existing rubber bands that we see out there. We created a new material, and this material is thermoplastic urethane. So we're extruding this material. This material will stretch over 2 times its size. And it's very colorful, but it's UV resistant. And what we found is we make shoelaces out of these. I think I showed you those a year ago.
I like them a lot.
Yeah. So the more we played with it, we thought, well, what a great item. We could turn this into industrial rubber band and make them in different sizes. But we thought the coolest part would be is if we could make them adjustable. So years ago, we invented a new cord lock product that we called the Knot Bone cord lock. And this is a cord lock that doesn't have any moving parts, right? So there's a body normally, a spring and a plunger that allows you to create a hole that you would pass the cords through. Right. So this piece doesn't have any moving parts. So the way that it works is when you use the material, you'll see an arrow on this part. So the way you work it is you pull the cord to adjust it the length you want, and then you simply wrap this around the arrow and stretch it into the slot, and now you can actually change the dimension. So if you want to put something over the end where you can reach it, you can size it after you've put it on or before. And then the other thing that I think is interesting, you can go ahead and, I'm going to use your arm as an example. So if you can't get to the end of something, you can take one of these, stretch it around, and then just create and put it right here. So as an example, if I wanted to tighten this, this would be a quick way to put it around something like your skis and have a quick connection. But then you can just reach in here and then undo the whole thing. So these are going to be used for lots of things. On the small sizes, we've created them for things such as bulkier cords. As you get into wrapping up things like extension cords or tarps, you can even put them around garbage cans if you're trying to hold bags in a garbage can, for example. But sort of anything you want to bundle or tie together, they're great to be used outdoor. And I think that you'll find them as useful as a gear tie. So we're excited about the Better Bands.
I'm waiting for the first aid questions about whether or not it can be used as a tourniquet.
Yeah, you know, I think it could be. Yeah, we'll let people out there discover that and see what they think. So hopefully they don't have that application. Yeah. So the other product that we brought out, you remember our flying disc that we created called the Flash Flight, the LED flying disc? We created a new line of discs for disc golf this year. Okay. And we're pretty excited to talk about those, and I'll grab a couple of them here. If you don't mind holding this for me, Marshall. So this is a product that is essentially allowing you to light up disc golf discs. So we've created a driver, a mid-range, and a putter that uses a new LED module in our patented fiber optic lighting system that allows you to light up all of our discs. So when you're out playing, you need to have a driver, you need to have a mid-range disc, and essentially a putter. You certainly, it's a nice way to be able to play. So we've essentially created profiles of the discs that will have the flight characteristics everybody has come to expect in the performance of these discs. But the innovation comes into the lighting system. We've created a new module that we call Disco Select. So when you're playing this game, Marshall, usually you're playing with multiple friends and you have multiple discs. So it's interesting to have the disc lit up, but you want to know which disc is whose. So this, when you push the button, you'll see this rotates in disco mode through all the different colors. So the first time you turn it on, you can see all the colors. You can turn it off. And when you go back the next time, when you find the color that you like, you just go ahead and press the button, and then you can select that color. So then everybody can have all their discs be the same color. So we're pretty excited about this. We just brought this out in the summer, but we're marketing these individually packaged by disc type as well as in this 3-pack. So that's a nice addition. And then most importantly, if you're going to play this game, you need to be able to light up the target. So we've created a target light, and this is the mini LED glow stick, but we're using our number 2 plastic S-beaner. So this is allowing you to actually hang it inside the disc basket target and light up the course. So if you've not played this game, I encourage you to get out and play. A lot of the parks and municipalities in the town have installed these courses, but the light up discs are super fun. So I think that covers most of what we've brought out. You can go to niteize.com and check out some of the other things, but come back and check it out in the summer again. We have a bunch of exciting items that are going to come out then. So
absolutely.
I appreciate you taking all the time.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Marshall. Thanks.